coffee in the morning, gotta have the coffee. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me back on pussy. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive. Woke up in the morning, sleepy eyes yawning. Jumped out of bed, started the day, opened the curtains. Felt the cool breeze, the sun shining on my face. But something was missing, I needed my job to chase. Give me coffee in the morning, give me coffee in the morning, gotta have the coffee. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me back on pussy. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive.
Good morning. We almost had technical difficulties. First, I had the technical difficulties. I wasn't sure what I was doing this morning, but then Restream didn't want to launch. But we're here and it appears to be up and running. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I wasn't planning to go live this morning. I was going to go this afternoon, but we're going to watch that Nick Reiner arraignment. And then I'm going to come back later because I got to go take care of something. But I want to dive into those Tepe murders. I've been looking at them for a couple of days. We just haven't talked about it here on the channel. So good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Y'all got your beverages this morning, your coffee, your tea, whatever your morning vice might be. They haven't started the arraignment hearing yet. I just checked. I thought we're going to be a minute or two late if I can't get into this studio. Good morning from North Florida. Well, good morning from Northwest Florida, boss lady. I'm not I hate complaining and I hate cold weather, but I just got to say this might be the only time y'all hear me complain. Actually, I'm not going to. I think Florida said, what the hell was that 3-day winter storm shit y'all brought us last year? That's never going to happen again. We're never getting cold ever again. I'm burning up. It's hot. Windows are open. It's like I hear tell it's cool outside, but not here. Anyway, I guess I shouldn't bitch and complain because the second it turns ice cold, I'm done. Your technical difficulty all the time. This is the Hot Mess Express. It's like part of my stuff would load, part of it wouldn't. I'm like, what is it? And it wouldn't even work on the phone. It was a restream, but they got their little bugs squared away. Let me pull up my side screen here. Keep an eye on these law and crime. How dare they? They're about to stream a freaking hearing, an arraignment. On the Law and Crime Trials Network. Not even their main one. TMZ was outside the courthouse. Well, we know that. We expected that. I expect them to be every damn where. Oops, I just passed it. Sorry. They actually have a lot of cases over here, don't they? We should probably not venture off into their thing too often. We may never come out. All right, let me get over here to my playlist. I don't know if this will be a long hearing or not. It depends, I guess, how your state handles arraignments. If it could go quickly. Some biscuits, semi-sharp. I like to have some biscuits and tomato gravy. Do y'all even know what that is? Is that just a Southern thing? Give me some brown tomato gravy and some biscuits, Granny. Hey, Dolphin, welcome in. Carolina, good to see you in here. What do y'all think is going to happen at this arraignment? Just like this is not even a. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We got Mr. Jackson's in the courtroom, so our suspect can't talk and stuff. He's got to sit in silence. You've been in the 60s, gritty, with snow and rain coming in a couple of days. I caught a piece of the news last night in passing locally. It sounds weird, but that's the way it goes. And she said something about not even leaving the 60s for the next few days. I was like, oh, yeah, typical, typical. But normally, January and February is my coldest months, and I just like close my eyes and try to pretend it don't exist and just run through it. It's what I feel like I do, but here we are, hot. It's okay though. I'd rather it be muggy outside than me have to deal with some icy, snowy mess stuff. I'm just checking y'all's comments. But the other day when I was up with Andy and we were reading and doing all the things, I feel like I was not listening to my chat. I'm like, I feel so bad when I do that because y'all are used to me just, I like to see what y'all are saying. A blistering 34 degrees for Forest. Ah, here on the wet coast. I'm sorry. I don't like that kind of weather. I'm not built for it. Have y'all been keeping your eye on the Tepe murders though? Like seriously, what has happened there? Even trying to come up with a plausible theory that would make sense without knowing more about the couple don't make sense, does it? So I don't know how many of y'all have seen any of that, heard the 911 calls, saw the image of the person of interest walking, all the things I want to unpack. We'll be doing that this afternoon. Butterfly, it's hot there too, down Texas way. What are we gonna all get some like giant freak storm here soon? It's gonna blanket the nation in cold, white, wet stuff. Are some of those bigger cities, some of those Northeast people that have to deal with blizzards all the time, are they having to deal with that stuff yet? I don't know when blizzard season is. I just see it on TV when it happens. You heard those 911 calls, Butterfly? Um, this morning, Butterfly, right before we went live, Nerdy put just the call itself out on his one of his videos, so I grabbed it and just chunked it in a playlist a minute ago for this afternoon when I come back. But that 911 call is it strange or is it not strange? That's where I'm at with this case, Butterfly. People are so damn different and handle things differently. And just because you flip out like that crazy lady in the psych, not you, but y'all know what I mean. That one lady in the Psycho movie you want to pop because she's screaming bloody murder and the killer's going to find you because she won't shut up. Then you got the calm lady, right? I got to get out of here. I'll break down later. I got to save myself. People react differently, so I don't know what to make of the phone calls yet. I heard, was it? I think I've only watched two things on this because I'm trying to keep my brain clean on it. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't care for the way the caller was speaking, but I need more than just one call to say, hey, that dude sounds weird, right? Everybody could sound weird, but it's interesting. You think so, Carolina? Have you seen the video with him and the. Now we know it doesn't make a difference. You can appear to be perfect and shiny when really you're not. But if you knew he was in the Boys and Girls Club, right? He was a big brother, and there's a video of him talking, right? So as I'm watching that, I'm trying to evaluate that situation. Carolina, is this the guy that oh, and people are assuming he was the one they were after because he had 2 bullets in him and she had 1. That is the only reason that I heard people are assuming they were after him. I'm not not so fast. In my brain, I'm like, "No, not so fast. I need more." Yes, no break. Also, Carolina, they had that damn keypad door lock thingy. Why people think that's the way to go and that is cool, and if my house don't have a fancy keypad, I just ain't up in the world. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of it. You ain't got time to put a key into a thing and turn it. We need instant gratification. Don't make me wait at my own damn front door to get in. Boop, 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 open sesame. Okay. Alrighty then. Because I hear tell that many, many, many people may have had that code. And it's a lot of times they don't get changed when new homeowners come in. We don't know how. I would not. How many of y'all have those keypads and how many of y'all changed the number or the code or you periodically do it? Or do you willy-nilly give it out? Do your kids' friends give it out without you knowing? You know what I mean? It's bad enough you got to get a key to a new place and you wonder, am I the only one with this key? Butterfly, I don't know. I haven't got into the weeds with I have honestly, I have not watched anybody's I watched one court TV piece and I think this morning I watched another news thing, but other than that, I'm steering clear of all the other stuff. I have no clue about somebody living there. I haven't heard that. I don't know where was it on a live stream or something, or was it on a news? Here I am, a streamer, and I'm asking my mod, "Where'd you hear it?" Oh God, I'm not. She knows I don't mean it that way. She and I discuss that kind of stuff all the time. Well, where'd we see it? Who gave it to us? It come from Facebook. Lordy, they haven't started this hearing yet, guys. I got it pulled up. Y'all know how they be in them courtrooms. They're probably having a judge's chamber meeting or something. I wonder if they had like a friend living with them or something. I don't know. They got the 2 little kids, the 4-year-old and the 1-year-old, and they were married inside that same home. And his brother-in-law is the one that captured the wedding video because I watched the family speak about them, right? Trying to pick up stuff. And he said he's the one that did the video. He's a filmmaker type guy. So he had volunteered to make the video for their wedding. But for nothing to be no forced entry anywhere in the home, nothing taken from the home. It was not a robbery. It wasn't a burglary gone bad. A baby cried, scared me, I'm out of the house. Oh, hell no, I'm taking something with me for my efforts, right? Ugh, if I'm a criminal. But it's just, they were taken out. It was a hit job, it looks like. Or was it a lover scorned, didn't get their way back in college, and now look at them, they're flourishing. Y'all know how them crazy ladies can be and those obsessed men. You stole my man back when I was 14. Shit. I see cases. I just watched one again the second time in a row that I've seen this one. But it was a cop and she killed her. Well, she thought he was her man, but he wasn't and he hadn't been for decades. But anyway, she killed his woman and she was a cop and she got away with it for a long time. Stephanie. I'm like, y'all just let it go. Like, he didn't want you or she didn't want you. I don't know. Who else could it be? A mob hit? Is he the dentist to the mobs, to the mob people? He's a young dentist. What did she do for a profession? Does anybody know? Or was she stay-at-home mom? She did have the 4 and the 1-year-old. So I'm even unclear. I do have a file that I have, and I haven't went through it yet to pull out their details. because you have to wonder, people always wonder about that workplace stuff. The scorned lover, he just doesn't make any sense. Something that we can't let get out. Why do a random dentist know something that shouldn't ever get out, right? Or his wife. I'm like, what does she do for a living? Did she work for the CIA or something and we don't know about it? I mean, it could go a lot of different ways. Those poor little babies. Didn't the cops go to that house and knock and didn't get a response and leave? And they ended up having to go back over there when uh, coworker was it a coworker who showed up? It's the court hearing still not up. And I know there was like the phone call from his work saying he was, and I heard something. I did hear one thing, guys, like I forget it wasn't the court TV piece, it may have been, I don't remember, but somebody was saying like they were saying that it was odd for his work to call so quickly when he didn't show up. And I'm like, was it? Because this is a guy on a rigid schedule, never late for anything, will always call if I'm not going to come, if I'm going to be late, whatever. Here he is an hour late, nothing. They try to reach out to the wife, nothing. But the caller said, when we tried to reach the wife, we didn't get an answer, which is odd. And I thought, is it? What if she's busy with the baby? What if she's at the grocery store or taking a shower? You know what I mean? So odd, I don't know yet. Right, Carolina, but who would have hired them and why? Well, Carolina, I mean, are you just gonna walk in there and do that for shits and giggles, like a Koberger type event, or are we? That don't sound like that's what happened, right? You just targeted, hired, but why? We don't know why. That's one of these weird, intriguing cases. They were married almost 5 years, and their oldest was 4. So I don't know who dated, a past person, or if there a past engagement that was broken off. Our minds always go to a jealous person. Would you order, Miss Dolphin? Don't let you look at her. What'd you order? I'm almost like I'm gonna want to order the same exact thing. I don't know, maybe. Y'all want to take guesses on what this girl has ordered up for her breakfast this morning? Ugh. Guys, I don't know why I've been feeling so tired today. Like today's just 10:30 in the morning and I feel like I could go back to bed today. Yeah, hey Dolphin, I'm going to come back after a while and discuss this case if you'd like to join. I've got the 911 call. We've got now the police did I don't want to pull anything up. We could always go back and watch this Reiner thingy, but um so the police released a person of interest. And the thing about that is they're walking down, it looks like to me, and I haven't even looked at a map. Y'all know me, I got to go look and get my surroundings. I haven't pulled their house up on a map yet, but it appears this person of interest is walking down, is it an alley? Like in between these townhouses where the in between them, they come, their garages are there and they park. Their garbage cans are, there. That's what it looks like to me. It don't look like the front street. If that's making sense to y'all. Sarah, did you hear the earlier calls from that address? See that, so Sarah, you're hearing something about house guest as well. I've got 191 call, not 1911 call. Sarah, if you know of more, shoot me the links in the DM. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, me neither, Dolphin, and I paid extra for some hot spots. We're gonna use that shit up. We're not gonna waste it. We are not wasteful in this space. We're gonna use it to our advantage. So I'm like, I'll come back and we'll do this Tepe murder because I think a lot of us are like, what's going on over there? I don't know what the holdup is out here in LA. They're probably having a big fight with the coroner right now about releasing information in somebody's case. Like a weirdos out in LA, you go right ahead and fight amongst yourselves while we sit here and watch again. I feel like I've been here, but decades ago on a different level. Okay. I'm so glad I don't live out there. Thought about it back in the day. Do I really want to make my way out there? Which is looking best, LA or Orlando? Y'all scary. I'm staying my ass right here on the river. I didn't like Orlando's just a huge hot mess. I couldn't even imagine living there and trying to drive to the store. Driving to Disney World was enough. Do y'all think like did they have guests over, right? And one of their the guest friend, okay, let's pretend it's not the guest for a minute. They just had a friend. That person gives the code. But why would that person want to come in and just off those two people? Even when I'm running a conspiracy, I got to make that make sense. Does that makes you know what I'm saying? I got to make it make sense. It does, but it don't. It's so odd. There could be things in their closet we are just not aware of at the moment that the cops know. Like, they had to have gotten their phone records, right? They've gotten into their computers. They've looked at all their emails and correspondences and their calls and trying to figure out who they're communicating with. And if they already know, hey, he had a girl on the side from the office, or she had so and so, or he's involved with, I don't know, pulling the teeth of the bad guys in the dark alleys. Who knows? There could be a lot of different. I think we all know enough to know it could go any damn way, right? We can't be shocked when it happens. East Coast is the best, Dolphin. Well, I'm in the Gulf Coast, so I don't care for the East Coast beaches. I guess I'm partial. I think I have the best beach in the entire world because it's made of clear quartz crystal. How can you get any better than that? And it's pure snow white, like snow, but not. It is not the same as a Atlantic beach. But I'm here with you, ma'am. Bad energy in Orlando. We would go down there a lot. Y'all are just hearing us have conversations until this thing picks up. We had annual passes to to Disney and Universal when the kids were growing up. And we always went down there several times a year just to visit. My ex seriously wanted me to consider moving there with 3 young kids. I'm like, are you bananas? I wouldn't even know where to live. Don't stick me in a bad school. No, we're not doing it. Maybe when we get old and don't have these children, but until then, not happening. If he wants to still move there, he certainly can. I, I haven't tried to stop that man from doing anything in decades and actually, it's a good idea. Gone. I don't even see that dude. I don't know. That's between him and my children. Bye. Dolphin, she wasn't thinking about those beaches. She meant the lifestyle. You're right. My mind always goes to the beach, but you are right. That lifestyle. I mean, I probably could have got down with the people out in LA back in the 80s. I'm not going to lie, but there's just a lot of people in a lot of ways that I'm not sure I could have got down with later on. I'd been like, no, y'all, come on now. Put the brakes on some of this. Y'all are getting a little cray cray. I think I'd have fit right in LA in the 80s. Might have been a little too good at fitting in. Phew, good thing I decided to stay home. You grew up in Metro Atlanta, Sandy. I've always so Dolphin would kind of know too about Atlanta. Is like to me it feels like it would just be tons and tons of people too, right? Like a madhouse situation trying to get across town. Oh, Orlando does have bad energy, Sandy, all the way around. Even the people that visit the parks, a million visitors a day from all over the world, and they look at you funny. They say things you don't understand while they're looking right at you. One time after 9/11, we had to go. It was time for us to renew our passes. So you have to go to this little office, and we're there with the kids, and there were other people in the room as well. And there was these two guys, and they began to talk to one another, and nobody could understand what they were saying, but somebody in the room did, and they went and got security. And when none of us knew what was happening, security comes back. They get these two guys, and they start having I don't even know. We don't even know what all they were saying. They made those guys leave. So I was like, well, at least they're keeping an eye on all of us. You found the best Chinese bakery. Chocolate mousse. Oh, holy hell. Y'all, they had this schedule for 10 a.m. and it is not up there yet. So let's pull up this one thing we'll watch while we wait. If they start that arraignment, we can always go back and watch it. Cause they're just taking their sweet time. Oh well, then maybe hey, is he got to appear in person, or they're gonna allow him? Wait, they shouldn't give him special treatment unless he's like, completely out of it mentally, can't get up and get to court. Put him on the Zoom until y'all figure out his mental competency. We can't do I won't do special treatment. I won't give it to nobody. I don't care how much money you got or what your mental capacity is. There's a lot of guys out there going down for their mental capacity stuff, so come on. You're nobody special, Reiner. Alan, he ain't special. He's just rich. The kind of clients you like. Oh, well, that one girl wasn't really rich, but crowdfunding goes a long way. They tried to crowdfund for Rick Allen's defense team, and nobody cared. This place, Earth, really, really surprises me sometimes. Like I don't even know what's happening. I like to wake up in the mornings and get real high when I step outside and scream, "What's going on?" Yeah, that's my life. I do it at least once a day. All right, we're going to start with this persons of interest piece, guys, from the news clip. Okay, let me pull that up. I need to, Sarah, thank you. I saw that you did send me something. I'm going to look at that in just a second because I want to pull the address too from this house. Okay, here we go.
That has gained attention across the country. The hunt continues for the killer who took the lives of a Columbus couple just last week, just days before the new year. And tonight we're hearing from the family of the victims and getting a look at video of a person of interest in this case. Aaron Simonek has the very latest. Aaron.
Yeah, Rodney, Columbus police say they're working diligently to solve this case, receiving numerous tips to help with the investigation. We'll show you this new surveillance video released Monday night, a potential person of interest. As the investigation nears its 1 week mark, police potentially getting closer to pinpointing a suspect. Columbus.
Did that look like a back of a road or the front? I can't tell. It's disorienting. Sarah, that's interesting. She sent me this tweet, guys, or it was from Fox News. I haven't clicked it to read it, but it does say that Months before a dentist and his wife in Ohio were found shot to death in their own home, a woman called 911 from the same address to report the dispatcher described as a domestic dispute. After hanging up initially, the caller told the 911 operator. Let me click that because is it about the couple or her? Because there was no weapon found. Because one of my first thoughts was murder suicide. I can't say that too much on the stupid YouTube, but there was no weapon found, so that kind of took one harming the other and their self off the table for me. Okay, I'll come back to this article. Hold on.
Police believe Spencer and Monique Tepe were murdered on the second floor of their Wineland Park home between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m. the morning of December 30th. This video released Monday evening showing a man walking near the Tepe's home sometime within those 3 hours, with his hood up and his head down. This is the only video released to media of any kind of evidence that could lead detectives to a suspect.
I still see, these images of Spencer, pictures that people are sending me, and it's like, he's not gone. There's no way he's gone. There's no way Monique's gone. Like that can't be possible.
Rob Misla says Spencer and Monique Tepe were two of the most admirable people in his life. Their family and the nation stunned as all.
TC Keith, you can't come in here with nuggets to spill the tea. Welcome in, by the way. Thank you. Let me know what you know, man.
Lies remain on the investigation.
And she just, started hyperventilating, and
did I lose my thingy?
it took a minute to figure out, what was happening, and then from there it was just like kind of an instant realization that all of our entire lives are never going to.
Okay, hold up. I see the conversation. That's very interesting way to. That's an interesting avenue, because that wouldn't be the first time. Or we got some swingers. Oh boy.
Be the same again.
The Tepes would have celebrated their 5-year wedding anniversary in just a few weeks. Misla says their children, 4 and 1, are in good care of family, along with their family dog.
How do you tell a 4-year-old that she's never going to see her parents again? It's just awful, but we've been giving them all of our love.
Misla describing Monique as warm, charming, and strong. Spencer known as calm, steady, and kind. With funeral arrangements in the works, investigators following the case closely. No interview was made available to ABC6 on Monday.
We'd rather have it done right instead of fast, and we understand that these kind of things in process, and there's a lot of moving parts and pieces.
A loving couple, 2 young children left behind, with plenty of unanswered questions. And what is your message to the person behind this?
This person didn't just take 2 lives, right? They took a son and a daughter, a brother and a sister, an aunt and an uncle, cousins. And they obviously took 2 beautiful souls who are just lovely parents.
Now, a major question also still remains tonight. Why would someone do this? If you or anyone you know might have information to help investigators, you can stay anonymous. Reach out to Crime Stoppers at 614-46.
Oh, anonymous. TC? Was it anonymous? No. Okay. Interesting. What if it was like a hit, but with the wrong address, like Carolyn says there? Okay, so Keith says call to dispatch was made on a domestic, was confirmed by the brother-in-law that it was a friend who was there at a late night party. The call came in at 2:15. Then okay, send a tip if you look. So TC, that's interesting, because I was wondering about the dental office, because you can't not look at it, right? You can't not look at it. But I haven't looked at it yet. Like, look at the reviews. So you were saying there were some people upset. Well, there are always going to be people upset, but what they're upset about, right? Is there a connection? Are they all upset about the same things? They were prescribed opiates, and overcharged. Lord, don't overcharge me for my dental work. Was it he messed up somebody's teeth and they're like not having it, and that's what you like. You can't just sue the man. You'd rather walk into his, you got the code to his house somehow. You got invited to one of the late night parties. That's what you happened. You laid a plan and a trap. I'm gonna get this guy to invite me to one of them late night parties. Weird. I don't, good lord, y'all got my head going. You never know, Keith. What you think might not be something could turn out to be absolutely everything with these cases. We don't ever know what's going to jump out at the investigators. I'd like to get a look at their investigation, though. In April, we'll have to do some research and pull up the some more, like that one timeline I got that I haven't looked at thoroughly. I just got it not long before we went live. And I'll try to make sure before we come back live later, I'll make sure that I've got, if that's the only 911 call out there, then I've got it. If not, I got to grab the other one. Let me pull up this Reiner situation thing yet and see if they got it going. No. Who's wasting the court's time today? Who? Because we wouldn't just put up with it. I'm not holding special treatment. And I'm sorry if I offend people by saying that, but I'm not doing it. I'm not giving this guy or his attorney any free passes. Come out and do your job and do it right. Then you might get a free pass. I remember that one time you were a prosecutor. Has there been any movement in that Frazier Braum case that he's handling as well? Mr. Jackson's a busy man. I wouldn't suggest any more high profile people get in trouble right now because he might be stretched a little thin. I would be nervous. So we got, okay, dental practice, bad reviews. Late night parties. I mean, nothing wrong with having a late night party, I guess, if you're an adult, but people lead very alternative lifestyles these days, and it's quite common. Probably more common than people are willing to admit, but okay, y'all do you, because I'm good. You know what I mean? But I don't care what you're doing back there in the bedroom. I won't be back there, so it doesn't concern me. Late night parties, 911 call in the past from a random person that didn't live there. Ooh, nobody's got that call yet? They're outside the courthouse. What do you got? Who's got it? Gritty Court TV? I know TMZ's there. They were outside the courthouse earlier. I didn't watch their footage, but I know I saw the thing that they were out there. Whatever it was had ended, so they're probably back out there. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all know that TMZ dude ain't far? Harvey? He's probably there in person today. It's like, I'm not sending one of my little flunkies down here from the desk. Oh, no. It's got to be all me. Y'all know Harvey's wife was murdered inside his home decades ago, right? Nope, nothing there yet. Routers? All right, thank you. I just happened to look back down and saw that, Dolphin. Always forget about them because I'm usually, I'll run to AP first. Okay. Let me pull this up. We'll have something to look at least, and y'all gotta look at my avatar. You're like, thank God. Thank God that was boring. All right. Thank you, wonderful community, for telling me what to do here. They're all trying to get in the courthouse. Mm-mm. Dude, this is court for arraignment for a murder. Get out of here.
And once again, Donald Trump says he can grab anyone's pussy. So just picture him grabbing your
I
mom's
got it
pussy.
turned up too. They got a little bit
Yeah.
hot
Just
mic
picture
going on.
Okay, picture him grabbing the other mom's pussy. My mom's dead too. But he's still welcome to go grab her pussy. Dig her up and grab
Thanks,
her pussy.
Dolphin. She's like, a bunch happening, girl. Just go
Hey,
look.
Trump started
I'm
it.
like, hold on, y'all.
Guys,
I'm tired.
Trump started it.
I don't got me a shiny producer
Pussy
called
pictures, you
Grayson.
faggot who voted
Fuck.
for him. I know you guys
I
make me
got
very
y'all.
happy.
Who needs a Grayson, Joe Schmo,
Hey,
when we
fuck
got
Trump!
wonderful community members? Dude, get a
Trump wants your
grip.
mom's pussy!
I can't make a thumbnail. I don't have Grayson. Mm.
And I bet you thank every night God is your wife. Don't think about it.
How long these guys been standing out here doing this? Y'all take your snacks and all the things when you go to court. Well, they living on LA time, like living on Tulsa time. LA's like, shit, man, we're the West Coast. We're laid back, sipping on some gin and juice, smoking our marijuana. Be there in a minute. They're all in the judge's chambers getting high before the hearing.
Over here! Give that camera!
It's legal. Stop worrying about it. But I would rather them go smoke a fatty before court than go back there and share a bottle of scotch. My God. If Gull had come off the scotch and somebody threw a gummy in that mouth, she might have calmed her ass down and had a hearing. Dolphin, damn it, man. Does he think I'm incompetent and won't understand? Sir, sit down with your big words and your long explanations. I've seen your dramatics. I've seen them, and they're brilliant. I love a good attorney. They're brilliant. But, sir, you need more time to explain the situation to his client. If he doesn't understand, doesn't understand. That's what you're there for. You go into court and say he doesn't understand. Continuance until he understands. 25 years from now. It's easy, Jackson, right? Well, it would be here in Florida. Maybe. Does he need more time this morning, Dolphin, to explain the situation? He should have got up real early and moseyed on down to the courthouse because he knew it was going to take a minute. He was probably there yesterday, too. I wonder what type of, on a serious note, though, if he's really that sick, what do they have? What kind of facilities does the county jail have? Do they have a special, what does that unit look like that they're housing him in if he's really that incapacitated in his mind? We got to have safekeeping. If he has no clue what he's done or what he's doing, there's not people in that county jail who aren't wealthy or like this little punk. I'm going to target him. Do we need to move him to a prison for safekeeping? Alan Jackson's what's left of his hair would be on fire if we tried that, given his mental condition and all. Hey, Pokemon, welcome in. Hawkeyes, welcome in. Sajoy, welcome in. Sandy, thank you for listening while you work. That call came in. I was scrolled back up through the comments. That 911 call by that friend was at 2:15 on the Tepe house. I mean, you would think there had to be something going on privately in these two people's lives that nobody else really knew about or might have known about but didn't think there was. Okay, so they like to do that, but still they're great people, because you can be. I'm not shaming people who participate in that lifestyle, right? You can be a great person. I guess it depends on what you call morals. And in my eyes, I'm a very, what y'all do you, but personally, I prefer one person and not a bunch. But I don't even, yeah. Something had to have been going on in their lives, obviously, unless it was just the wrong house. Oops. Now imagine if it was the wrong house and you were the neighbor and you're like, damn, I know that was meant for me. The fuck? Who took off out of their house lately? What neighbor jetted? Because if I'm that neighbor and I know they really were after me, I'm not sitting. I'm out. Peace out. House for sale. Big old jet airliner and all that. I'm out. Hawkeye, is you feeling better? I'm trying to avoid the sickness. But you could walk past me with a cold and I'm going to catch it. It's just autoimmune disease and all. It's just the way it rolls. So I try to look. I was doing the 6 feet business before that the pandemic happened. You know what I mean? And I've never stopped. I'm like, please, y'all don't understand. Get away. I don't need your common cold. Uh-oh. Are people filling into the courtroom? Are they letting them in, or is that that one lady? She's trotting. Here he comes with his signs. Like, I gotta be seen. What in the hell? Lord, takes all kinds of kinds. I could care less what his sign says. He's bothering me.
I'll leave my husband and marry you.
We have no buffer zone around this courthouse. The highest rated, the super flu. Lordy. I saw a brief map pop up on the news the other day, and Florida was chunked in with the flu. And I'm like, good Lord, people, wash your hands. It's a lot of it is simple, right? We would hope. If you're really sick, the world won't end if you stay home today. We're so backwards in our thinking in this country sometimes. I gotta go at all cost. Well, I guess they're not going in. Or they're getting in there, getting seated, and getting ready to do their thing in there, get all sworn in. No, kitty cat. She's been bored. She tried to get me to get up this morning just because she wanted to play. Like, dude, you're not even usually in the mood to play. You're like, she's a leave me alone kind of cat.
I'm getting more coverage than you guys.
What? It is so weird, y'all, to go from a complete dog person who never had a cat to all of a sudden being, well, I didn't get the cat on purpose. My kiddo kind of left it with me. So I'm a good mom. But this cat's pretty cool. She's demanding, but cool.
Carlos, marry me.
They're all like getting a little movement. What are they doing? And we don't need it tried from the courthouse steps. Remember, who said that about this the other day? I was watching somebody, and they were kind of being a little, shady about it when they said it. "Oh, we don't need it tried from the courthouse steps." I was like, "What? I'm not going to listen anyway. I didn't the other time." I like to form my own opinion. What, some hotshot dude just walked down on the sidewalk and told me in his little suit? I'll listen, but I don't know how. I don't know how much I'll listen. Ugh. I couldn't imagine getting the flu right now. I don't know. Nobody wants it. Go away, flu. Everybody stay safe. If you're into the flu shot, do it. If not, get whatever that emergency flu, whatever all that stuff is you buy at the store, the echinaceas, all the things. Stock up. I should probably do the same just in case. I meant to and forgot. I don't know, Butterfly. I'm assuming we're supposed to. Law and Crime wouldn't be airing it, I don't think, if we weren't going to get to see the hearing. I'm assuming. If we're wasting our time to watch some camera guys, I'll be pissed. I'm like, you're seriously? Y'all put out Law and Crime, come the fuck on. You put out a thing, for a hearing, and all I get is the sidewalk and some camera guys. No, thank you. It's ridiculous clickbait. Right? We'll get on their ass for some clickbait. The hell I want to watch some sidewalk action for. Apparently, Mr. Jackson's got to explain to his client what the hell's happening. Iowa backyard cam. You probably need the backyard cam with 7 dogs. I love dogs. I've always raised them, always had them, right? So you got rescues. When I was living at my son's for a couple years, she got along great with the cat. The cat got along with her, but the cat was the boss, right? So the dog didn't really test her too often, but she did like the cat. She liked her a lot. I do miss having a dog right now because I feel like I've always relied on a dog to help protect, right? That dog's going to hear it before I do. My dogs are big and beefy. I can't do tiny little dogs. I need you to protect me. Otherwise, I don't need you. But I raised pit bulls, so I like aggressive dogs. Anyway, I'm kind of missing not having one now. I really missed Annie the other night because I just wasn't a comfortable night. Let's put it that way. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just here with a fucking cat. At least she's mean. But yeah, that's when it hit me, and I was like, oh no, I gotta remedy this. Because I'm not getting a man. I don't want that. No, that's scarier than what might be lurking in the dark, right? I'm just like, no, I'll get a dog. We're good. And I just got to whisper the words, watch it, and my dog knows what to do. Quietly, securely, lying in wait for you to open that door so she can pounce her ass all up on you. Get you a face full of pit bull. You asked for it. You came in my house.
Hey, PD! Hey, what's up, dude? Hey!
I've had to stop my dog in midair one time because one of the neighbors, he was a guy from down the street, but a good friend, thought he was going to mess with my dog, and he grabs the front doorknob and he goes, and it wasn't locked, and he knew it because he just went out the door. But when he came back in, he wanted to grab the knob and mess with it to see what she would do. Oh, hell no. She was in front of me. She made me stop. I couldn't get past her. When he opened the door, she lunged and went full. I'm like, oh my God. He slams the door. Yeah, he took off running back home. I'm like, dude, you stupid ass. An attack beagle. You gonna breed I could just see it now. I had to stop and think about it. A little pipsqueak puppy. You gonna breed pipsqueak and get me a puppy? I could just see pipsqueak, like that little face that dog gets. I've seen that face pipsqueak gets. It's like, come on in here and mess with me. You know, I watched a show one time, Dolphin, and it was like ex-criminals coming out of prison talking about breaking into houses and stuff. And they were working with security firms, right? When security firms, I'm talking 25 years ago, when they became a thing for wealthy homeowners. So you got to talk to the bad guys to figure out how they're getting into these houses. And this one guy said, he had broke into numerous houses over the decades, right? Whatever. But he said, you know, people think that their big dogs are the way to go. He said, but I'm going to tell you right now, I will never enter a house with a small dog. He said, them little things are relentless. They don't shut up and they try to bite the shit out of your ankles. And I'm laughing, going, damn, I'm over here all secure with my big pit bull. And this man's terrified them little ankle biters. But hey, whatever works to keep their asses out, we're going to do it, right? For the jeepers and the creepers who ain't right in the head, if you know, you know. Right, Morgan Wallen? Words to live by. I even use that music to make a video short on Brian Koberger. Keep a loaded 44 by the bed. For the jeepers and the creepers who ain't right in the head. Hope I never have to use it, but you never know these days. I'm a little crazy, but the world's insane. You want me to sing that whole song? No, she's spayed. Dolphin's like, I'm not messing up my baby's figure. I don't blame you. Having puppies is a chore. My sister's got a little litter in the backyard right now, and I'm not even trying to be friends with them because they'll all decide I'm their owner. And yeah, it's not, I can't. They're all big enough to go to their little homes now. Dolphin, there can only be one pipsqueak. You know there is. Hey, that dog lives the life. She lugs. I wish I was pipsqueak. Damn it, man. Dolphin, can you adopt? I'll be good. Just feed me and water me occasionally. Take me on those trips. What pipsqueak could be all like, bitch, you're not riding shotgun. Or wherever she prefers to ride, she's going to make me ride the opposite because she's the queen. Yeah, Hawkeyes, dogs, animals. I'm like the whisperer. If I get around them for 5 minutes, they're like, oh, we love you. And I'm like, please don't follow me all over the place. And if there's dogs here, I'm not trying to have all that with because they're just, yeah, this is not happening. Not mine. Well, look, you know, our animals are our babies, right? Shit, mine thought that when my kids were growing up, you know, and I had a dog the whole time they were growing up. There was two. One lived to be 13, and then one was 14. And there were a couple in between that belonged to my husband, but he always got the dumb dogs. My females were smart and protective, but they're part of the family for sure. Mine would have done anything to protect my babies. That's what I loved about my female pit bulls. You were never, ever, ever going to mess with my children. You see something shiny in my yard you think you like today? Come on in. Come on in, boy. Got something for you. My cousin used to raise those little Shih Tzu dogs. Yeah, she had a whole, oh lordy, like a whole family of these little yippers. Get your picture with the sign guy. Well, I don't know, guys. Are we going to get a hearing today or not? Dolphin, do we have a checklist? What's going on in this Nick Reiner hearing? No, is he yelling something now? Good Lord. Hawkeye's the Morphew. Wait a minute. Well, JLR got us all. He got everybody in trouble. And nobody could even see the hearings anymore. What did he do now? Did he have a hearing? Oh, wait a minute. I haven't checked his docket in a minute. Or MB's posts lately to see. I have a go-to for my Morphew updates. Let's see. Oh, I got you, Grit. Thank you. She says Court TV is covering it, but they're filling in the gaps with another case while waiting. They don't care. They don't ever care if you show their stuff, but I don't know if they care if you show it while they're live. I don't know. So what if they can't get to Nick to understand what's happening today? We are looking at another postponement because, fair trial and all that. Got a constitutional rights. He has to understand. But if we never get to their being a level where we can comprehend this, then it's all going to go away quietly right into the insane asylum for an agreed upon time. I can't with these Hollywood types for sometimes. And I don't even mean to be that way about it, because what you did was it's up to the judge to see if the arraignment will be televised, according to the communications office for the Superior Court of Los Angeles County, where Reiner's case was filed. The court told USA Today the judge may make a ruling on that at the arraignment itself. Well, thank you, Butterfly. Well, we're just at the mercy of the damn court till they decide last minute if we can broadcast or not. Does your client understand? It's go time. We couldn't figure this out by last night. I'm not going to give them grace because it's ridiculous anymore. And that's across the board, across the fucking country. Just done with it. I'm so tired of them insulting our intelligence that we don't understand nothing. Watch, there'll be a whole bunch of streams later trying to explain it all to us. Okay. It's pretty fucking easy to understand. I didn't need a 5-hour essay. Well, they may have to. I might just come back to them because I was already going to lose interest in his client's case because I see it going in a direction that I'm not going to be happy with to start with. Now we're going to play around. But the next case, Wouldn't he be wanting it televised? Didn't he want the last one televised? The people need to see. Are we picking and choosing now what the people need to see? Because if you come out here with that and people that support that just because you're you, then don't make me question everybody. Y'all see me in real time talk about it, and you're going to, man, this chick's brain. Yeah, Forrest has Sweet Penny. Sweet Penny is very much a spoiled little lady too. I mean, let's be honest. If you know, you know. But yeah, Butterfly, we know, right? What will we do without our little pets? Whether we know it or not, they're our emotional support animals, right? Think about it. When you got nobody else to talk to at the house, that animal's listening. Does it know all your secrets? Mine knows all about the true crime stuff. She poked her head around the screen. She's behind the computer. She's like, that damn arraignment star yet? Ah, kitty. Jesus. Lord. Here, go play with your little toy. I don't know, guys. This is quite crazy. Let's see. Let me go see what Court TV's got up real quick. Yeah. We're not going to be like Lauren over here and be like, nope, can't stream this today. It's too sensitive. Flip a quarter. Can we stream or not? Let's rely on the old quarter toss. Because we don't freaking know what to do. Forget that Constitution and all. It only applies when we want it to. Okay.
He is accused of strangling his wife for manslaughter.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hang on one second, guys. Let me do something. Uh-uh. Why am I not surprised? Lord help us all. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I was typing in the Tepe murders here on YouTube, and the very first freaking video to pop up is a particular journalist who thinks that she is above the entire human race. We're not watching you, ma'am. Her doctor husband probably already analyzed the whole fucking mess. Okay. Let me pull up this. Oh, God, I can't do you either. Lord. I see why I have a hard time with this damn YouTube streets and what I watch. I can't watch Downtown Julie Brown. Cannot do it. She's aggressive and it gets very scripted and very performative, and it bothers me. Well, there are a bunch of people trying to wait for that court hearing and it's not on there yet. Okay. I like you, Brian Enton. Oh, yeah, I did watch this, and I have always watched his guest here off and on throughout the years on different shows, and it's never bothered me. They had an interesting conversation, though. Hold on, it's about the Tepe murders. Hold on. Okay. Technical difficulty back here. All right, let me get it back up. This is a Brian Enton piece in an interview that he did about the crimes. All right. While we're waiting on Nick to show up. I mean, honestly, the guy might be completely out of his mind. They say he doesn't remember anything. Oh, Brian, then drop me something new on my other favorite case, the Kentucky judge murder. Okay, we'll get back to you in a moment. And then we know they sealed the records, right? In this case, just like they did in the David Celeste case, or the autopsy stuff. And where's that arrest, by the way, LA? They are got their hands full right now, don't they? Okay, let me get this screen up for you guys. Boy, am I. Okay, he's going to play some of that 911 call here. Did you watch this morning, Butterfly? Great. Help me keep an eye on that court feed. If it pops up, let me know, please. Thank you.
911 calls in a second from concerned coworkers of Spencer, the dentist. But again, it's so sad because you're going to hear in the 911 calls that one of the coworkers says he heard one of the kids crying inside the house and could see Spencer's body. While police don't have a murder weapon, they did find 9mm shell casings at the scene. So that's significant, and that could really help with the investigation. Now, as for those 911 calls, first let me play you the call from Spencer's boss, who is concerned because Spencer did not show up to work. Listen to this.
Columbus Police, Tech 107.
Yes, I would like to ask for a wellness check on an individual at their home. Well, I'm currently in the state of Florida. I'm on vacation, but this individual, Spencer, works with me, and he did not show up to work this morning, and we cannot get a hold of him or his family.
He didn't show up to work?
Correct.
Okay. Does he have medical problems or?
No, and he's been reliable, and we cannot get in touch with him, his wife, his family, anybody that lives in that house.
Okay. So
There's
you're
two
in
kids in the
Florida.
home. I'm in Florida. I own the business. I was informed by my employees that he was not at work, and he runs the office.
Did you receive information that he may have been involved in an accident or?
No, ma'am. I just know that he is he is always on time, and he would contact us if there is any issues whatsoever. And I just don't know how else to say this. We're very, very concerned because this is very out of character. And we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
Okay. We will send somebody over as soon as we have an officer available, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And there's also a 911 call, several of them actually, from coworkers who actually went to the house. Apparently they were just panicked. He didn't show up to work, totally uncommon for him. And so they did.
So, didn't show up for work, can't reach the family. He did comment there's 2 kids in the home, always on time, out of character, and can't reach the wife, and that's more concerning.
Decided.
And do y'all pick up anything? There's a little bit of a shakiness in his voice, but no panic. But not, I don't know what to make of it yet.
To drive over to the house, and then they also called 911. Listen to this.
Our boss did not report for work. We haven't been able to get a hold of him for 3 hours. We are on site, and we can hear.
Okay, I just talked to somebody there.
Okay, I'm just making sure somebody called.
Yeah, I just got a call from somebody and set it back up for dispatch.
Okay.
Are you there? Because you're not showing that you're at the
No,
location.
I'm en route there.
911, what's the location of your emergency? Okay, what's the emergency there? Police or medical?
Maybe both, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of doing the
We
wellness.
already had a call out there. They knocked on the front door and back door multiple times, and there was no answer.
Yeah, no answer. I can hear kids.
So, the friends had knocked on the door multiple times with no answer. And this 911 lady should have been a little more calmer and been like, man, we got one call and took the call. Well, we've already got somebody out there. Lady, hush and listen.
Inside, and I swear I think I heard one yell, but we can't get in. At this point, I don't know if I need to break the door in or just get in the house or what. So.
Okay, were you out there when the police was out there?
I wasn't. I just got here about 5 minutes ago.
Okay, all right, well, we'll send them back out to you.
When the police were out here, they were out there once. They knock, no answer, and leave. When people have called with a concern, that was the wellness check, or they called it that, and so now they're going to send them back out there. Okay, make it clear to your people when y'all send the cops for a wellness check, bust in the damn door. Lordy.
Okay, thanks.
They need the wellness check because nobody's answering. Oh, hell.
Bye. We've got several calls on that. What's changed since the last person I talked to?
There's a body.
There's a body inside?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get you on the line with the medic, okay?
If the cops had been there, they didn't see a body when they looked in the window. How did he go in? Did he have the code, didn't he? And he went in. I think that's how that went. He had to go inside. What are y'all saying? She sounded annoyed and made up her mind about the situation. Yeah, we heard the same thing, Butterfly, in Madeline Soto's case when her grandma repeatedly called 911 by the second or third attempt. Soon as we have an officer available, man, we'll send them out. That fucking blew me away, and I'll never forget my state did that to Madeline Soto's grandmother.
Stay on the line.
All right, what's going on there? There's a body. Our friend wasn't answering his phone. We just did a wellness check. We just came here, and he appears dead.
Okay.
There's blood. He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed, and there's blood.
Yeah, he's in there.
I can't get closer to see more than that.
Okay, so you can tell he's obviously not breathing or anything.
Yeah.
Is it like kind of like cuddle, like, you know? Does he look like?
It doesn't look cuddled. I can't lie.
Okay. All right. I understand. Okay. And then when was the last time somebody spoke to him?
Yesterday, I suppose.
Yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
How old is he?
37.
37. Okay. Is he like a drug user or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. Just that's a really young age.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right. We're on our way.
So the Tepe family released a statement, a family statement on behalf of everyone in the family. Very sad. It says, our family is devastated by the tragic and senseless loss of Spencer and Monique. They were extraordinary people whose lives were filled with love, joy, and deep connection to others. Spencer was a devoted and proud father, a loving partner, and a friend to everyone he met. He was intelligent, warm, and endlessly welcoming. A graduate of The Ohio State University and a member of the American Dental Association, Spencer was fluent in Spanish and deeply committed to serving others. He gave back through Big Brothers Big Sisters. He was a huge Bengals and Buckeye.
I feel like I either read it or when I watched that court TV, there may have been something the brother-in-law said, but whoever that caller was that saw the body in the room, he got in through the code, the keypad. And the detective was saying that's a problem because if you go to try to lift fingerprints from that keypad, right? Not only apparently whoever did this also had that code because there's no forced entry. So we are to believe they went in through that coded door. And that is how that person got into that house. He went in through the door. But I haven't seen anywhere in any reports or from the news that there was no forced entry. Or they would be calling it that, right? Break in. And that doesn't appear to be the case. It appears somebody just popped in the code, opened the door and went in. Or what if they let them in? They didn't need to have the code, right? But the employee getting the code the next morning, I don't find that odd. He got in there. That's what mattered. And I don't think that guy had anything to do with it. He's over here, I can't even look. Maybe he did. But that other caller, the one from on vacation in Florida, the boss, he's like, there's 2 kids. We don't know if these people from the office are even tied into it. They just might be the office people that knew he was missing, right? But yeah, their lifestyle, as we were talking about earlier, I'm more leaning into what is that so far.
His fan and lived life with energy, laughter, and generosity. Monique was a loving patient and joyful mother whose warmth defined her. With a background in childhood education, she brought care and intention into everything she did. She was an excellent baker, a thoughtful planner, and someone who found joy in bringing people together. Her kindness made people feel instantly at home. Together, Spencer and Monique shared a beautiful, strong, and deeply happy relationship. They loved to travel, to laugh, and to build a life rooted in love. They were proud parents of 2 beautiful children and their beloved golden doodle, and they created a home filled with warmth, happiness.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the program. Do we have breaking news, Butterfly? What's happening here? Per Court TV, Alan Jackson is withdrawing from the case. Oh, what? All right, let me get some information.
And connection. We are heartbroken beyond words. While no outcome can ever undo this loss, our family is committed to seeing this tragedy fully and fairly brought to justice and to honoring Spencer and Monique by protecting the future.
Okay, guys, we're going to come back to this. Hold on a second. Let me see what's happening here. Sorry for the interruption. We will continue that in full. Let's see. So he's withdrawing from the case. Is it I would love to know the reason.
Hired Alan Jackson. Maybe he's like, you know what? Let me.
The convergence will matter. And you as the jury at the end of this trial will be asked to apply.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll be glued to that hearing. Let's bring in our guest.
So now you're coming in and you're sprinkling more.
Not sprinkling. Hang on, let me get it back to where they start that conversation.
Trusted. And most importantly, someone who's trained access. I'm doing nothing. People first degree.
Maybe some reasons why. I mean, Marie, could it be?
Colleague Jessica Smith will ask that you find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. Thank you.
Okay. Prosecutor Kelly Ryan delivering the opening statement for the state of Washington. Very calm and deliberate, factual with her presentation. We should note Nick Reiner, we're waiting for that arraignment in Los Angeles, but we are hearing TMZ is reporting that Alan Jackson is withdrawing from the case and has announced that we'll monitor that. We're expecting some words outside the courthouse there in Los Angeles.
Yeah, just happening now as we speak. So
yeah. Marie Pereira with us here. I guess, well, let's start with the breaking news with Alan Jackson withdrawing from the Nick Reiner case, then we'll talk about this Washington. He's a very high-profile person. What's your reaction to that in terms of, he's there for the initial appearance.
There will be a press conference, Gritty. Thank you. We will.
And now withdrawing. What do you think maybe behind the scenes happened?
it can't be a good thing. Maybe it's related to him being compensated. Maybe it's related to him having.
Maybe it's related to him being compensated. That was my first choice, but I was trying to be nice.
A different defense theory of the case that maybe the family members who most likely, I feel, try to retain him don't agree. I
thought about that too. What if his angle for the defense, they're like, dude, but we know this guy.
It's a disagreement in theory or mode of payment, but it can't be a good thing because the way he popped out in front of the courthouse and he was like, you know, Alan Jackson, bam, 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 don't jump to conclusions. My client is innocent until proven guilty. This is complicated. And then now you're not on the case anymore, bro. It's not a good look at all.
I'm sorry. That was kind of funny, y'all. I have to laugh or I'll just go insane.
We'll find out eventually, you know, maybe some reasons why. I mean, Marie, could it be just his caseload? He has a lot of high-profile cases that are taking place right now, Alan Jackson. Could it be caseload?
No.
Or it could just be that this guy is not comprehending, right? This is a losing battle. Unless Alan full throttle went after the mental health care system that got him allegedly into the shape he's in, coupled with addiction. That's a lot to navigate as a defense attorney on how you take where you go with your defense. There's a lot of moving parts here. Alan's like, man, I'm still on that Reed case. I got Brom. Nick, man, this guy don't get it. I can't today.
Oh, no. I want to say no. It's nothing to do with caseload. It has to do with money, theory of the case, and how the case is going to be handled. And maybe there was a disagreement with that. But he knew what cases he had when he took on the case.
Yeah, and it may be that he has spoken to Nick and there's a disagreement there in terms of how to proceed. And if...
Nick doesn't understand. Well, that might be alleged now that we're finding out the holdup was really about I'm withdrawing. So we don't know what the hell's happening.
There's the initial facts against Nick Reiner seem to be overwhelming in terms of the commission of the murders. No one's denying that. And maybe he is saying, listen, I'm going to save your family a lot of cash.
Also, think about this. Romy, the daughter, suddenly her and her other brother, the older, they're left alone to navigate and deal with him. Who are they closest to in their world? Billy Crystal was her dad's best friend. Just lived down the street, her first go-to. You don't think they're giving this girl advice on how to handle her brother?
You will get...
Who to hire and fire? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's Hollywood.
You can get just as good a help given the factual circumstances and maybe a disagreement, to your point, on how we should proceed. You don't need me. That could be a fact. That could play out.
Also, you know, her daddy and mama had a team of attorneys at the jump. They got to have all their shiny stuff in order. We got attorneys.
It could, but I don't think it would be as simple as that, because the fact that he's Alan Jackson, even if it is a case that is a slam dunk for prosecution, his skills could be enough to maybe convince a juror otherwise.
Exactly. So what's happening?
Maybe they could have gone with, you know, not guilty by reason of insanity, mental defect or something like that. Something had to be more specific than that. I don't think it's as simple as, oh, your case is so dead, nobody can help save you. Just hire someone fresh out of law school, because the outcome is going to be the same. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's what happened.
What if Nick...
No, ma'am, I can agree with her on that. Lord, Jet, your opinion, but you think that Alan sees that his client's absolutely evil, and he's a defense attorney. Does he see that part? Does he see when he looks at Frazier Brom or Karen Reed? His magic worked there, and that was a hard-ass sell. He did it. Not once, but twice. He ain't scared. This would have looked... He was going to take on an industry, okay, as to why this young man is in the shape he's in. He was geared up and ready to go against the industry, against the machine, against the man.
You're saying, I'm not pleading not guilty by reason of insanity.
Then
and that's just my opinion, Jet. I love your opinions, though. You make me think. You always come in with a good opinion, and I'm like, well, but here's mine. Let's see if we can debate it now. Y'all debate with me. I'm good. Please don't take me as being a jackass. Just, if you want to debate me, let's do it. It's fun.
There's a problem with the client and the theory of the case that the skilled attorney is recommending. We don't know that. We don't even know if Nick is the one who hired Alan Jackson. Maybe he's like, you know what, let me pick the attorney, not you guys who are paying for it, because it's hard for me to believe.
Yeah, Dolphin points out that going to that hotel and the other activity would kind of like get in the way of an insanity defense. I'm not so sure Alan was going to go with straight up schizophrenic insanity defense because something caused it. Something triggered this diagnosis, right? We're talking about years and years of documented drug rehabilitation centers that never worked. That was the angle. In my opinion, I could be dead ass wrong. The schizo was going to be secondary.
That Nick had the money to pay for the likes of someone with an Alan Jackson reputation.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see exactly, maybe the reasons or what more we find out.
I tell you what, if I'm Alan Jackson, I'm going after the industry that was supposed to help this boy the day he was 14 years old and they walked in with an interventionist. I'm sorry, I am the intervention at my 14-year-old kid's intervention, if I need one. 14, man. I think back to when my babies, and I've got 4, when they were all 14 years old. So individual and, different little personalities. Not no cookie cutter parenting here. They're all different. I couldn't imagine my 14-year-old needing a drug treatment specialist intervention. Here we are now as a grown-ass man knocking on 40 years old and you're not in full-blown recovery. Absolutely, Dolphin. He showed intent. To me, it doesn't feel like, was he lucid? He's in and out of it, right? He had a moment of lucidity and, oh my God, what did I just do? Did I do something bad? Why am I covered in blood? I can't go home. I better run to a hotel. And when did he get the hotel? We still don't know that. Let me look at the court TV refresh, see if I can find, they're not doing a press conference yet, are they? Is Alan and Eliza, what is that girl's name? They preparing for their press conference. If we can get a time for the press conference even. We're living on their time, so they think we just got all day to wait around. Well, I guess we do, don't we? I really need to go to the kitchen and get something to drink. Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Got me back outside on the courthouse steps. Page 6. Page 6 because of YouTube. Oh, they're doing the same thing. We do not care about the sidewalk dwellers. Dolphin, don't get lost in them court TV chats. Holy hell. Don't do it. That's funny. Don't you hate when that happens? Okay. Reiner pool feed from KABC. What are y'all pool feeding? There's like nothing. It's a news nation. Lord, these wackadoodle things. Court TV still talking.
No, not enter a plea. We were thinking that was going to take place today. So also we're getting an update from the Associated Press. Nick Reiner appeared behind glass in a custody area of a Los Angeles courtroom. He was wearing his jail garb and had his hair shaved. So this is according to people that were inside or
Okay. This lady, apparently Nick was in court. Hold on. That was not last time. Let me hear what she's saying again real quick.
Of insanity, he didn't have the ability to form judgment between right and wrong at the time. Maybe he was so high on drugs that he was impaired, because it's on record that he struggled with substance abuse.
Yeah.
Not to say that in and of itself it would get him off the hook, but there are lesser charges when you do it and you don't know what you're doing, or you were impaired by drugs.
Yeah.
Nothing has played out yet. So whether or not he...
They were talking about last time he was in court. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, they're AP routers. They're all showing outside of the courthouse. They're all got all their cameras are still out there and set up so they can get dibs when he comes. I hope they got good mics and that we can hear well. They need to get it together. It's like when I was watching court TV a few weeks ago, and that what's that one guy's name on there? Ted something other. Anyway, remember during the Koberger hearings early on, they're like the pool feed or whatever. Don't zoom in on the client. We're like, yeah, just don't zoom in, you idiots. You're gonna get us all in trouble here in this court TV. Well, the other day there was a hearing somewhere. Court TV was talking about it, that guy was, and he made fun of the cameraman for not getting a better image. And he said, "Oh, if Court TV had been there, we'd have zoomed in." And I thought, "You dumbass, you got pull a JLR stunt on us and get us banned from the courtroom." Jesus, it's that hard. Dolphin says he wasn't too impaired. His actions had a purpose. You're talking about Nick. I think Nick was impaired most of the night, but how much is, when you got an addict at that level, his amount of consumption is going to be so much higher than what we could do, right? We don't know the level. And also, they reported on, it might have been the court TV thing I watched last night, that people are reporting that the sister Romy was actually at that party as well at Conan's house. Conan the Barbarian. I wonder how much of an influence Dolphin he was still under once he got back to the house. Because it sounds like from the reports we've heard from the party, what little bit we've heard, he was being weird. So I'm assuming he was probably high at the party. I just don't know how much so. How much of that was his normal high weird behavior and how much of it was more extreme than usual. Because you got to give their baseline. We're used to it, but oh my God, that seems a little much tonight, right? You think it will, Carolina? That'll get. I don't see how anybody could logically blame the parents when it appears they just tried. They spent tons of money over the years trying to get him into treatment, so they had to play tough one night because he showed his ass at a party. I don't see that's a hard spin for logical people, but there's going to be that group, right, Caroline, that totally buy into it. Well, we'll get to it. Y'all, I'm going to shut it down for a few minutes. I'm going to go and grab something to eat real quick, and I'm going to set up another show, and I'll see if we can grab the press conference if it airs in between me coming back in a little while. I'll get up with Dolphin, and I'm going to see if I can get some more information on the Tepe murders as well, so we can have some stuff to review there and talk about. Has LA given the time of death? Dolphin, I think I've seen it, but I don't remember what it said, right? He was at the hotel at 4 a.m. That's when he checked in. So that's another thing. Was he already, because, when people were like, when did he get the room? Was it before the crimes? Did he already have it booked? And for that hotel room to be the bed saturated in blood, allegedly, and curtains above, hanging over the windows, blood in the bathroom. Did he not have that blood on him when he checked in at the desk? Do we have a camera at the desk of this Red Sea Hotel right by the Santa Monica Pier? Do we not have that? Can we not see him checking in with blood on him? Because was it all up under his clothes and it only appeared once he became undressed in the hotel room? I got questions. That makes no sense to me. That he gets from his house at his parents all the way to that hotel, driving in a car, I guess. Nobody sees you. I'm assuming you didn't Uber and he saw nothing. But you get to the hotel and you go to a desk and you check in and nobody saw blood. I'm going to notice it. And I don't care who you are, rich you are, and famous you are, man, you got blood on you, right? I don't know. Weird shit. Well, I've seen that too, Jet, like as he was carrying the backpack. That would mean if he had his clothes in his backpack, like Dolphin's been saying, that shows intent, right? So he stripped off the bloody clothes at the mansion, shoves them in the backpack, and he's on his merry way. And then what's he do with them in the backpack in the hotel? Is he going to wash them in the toilet? What are we doing? Why are we getting the bloody clothes out in the bathroom now? Oh, because we're high and don't know what the hell we're doing. I don't. It's weird. Something about it still don't make sense. Unless he thought he could wash them off in the bathtub. I don't know. That's just one of those things, like it's being force fed to me. Blood all in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, but he had to get to the bathroom, right? Through this hotel, up through a lobby, to a desk, up elevators, and nobody walked by and said, oh my God, that guy's got blood on him. I would have. Yeah, I guess. And I would have thrown the bloody clothes away somewhere. What you gonna do when you wash them out? That's blood, dude. He wasn't thinking right. Right, Dolphin. I mean, even if he didn't have a lot of blood on him, like because the attack and the way that it occurred didn't cause a bunch of spatter and things of that nature. So there's not a lot on him. We can roll with that, right? So why is it all over the bathroom though? It can only be trace amounts at that point. So I'm not getting the full story, and I know it, which leads us to questions, and they don't want. That's the key questions, in my opinion. What went on at the party and him being weird, I expect that out of drug addicts. Let's be honest. It's these key details that I'm honed in on. Yeah, I saw the talk about that too, Hawkeyes, the chatter. It was a red backpack, red bloody clothes. I get it. You're going to hide the red into the red backpack, but why am I taking these clothes into a hotel room and going to attempt to wash them out? What was the plan after that? Hang them up to dry? Put them back on? Maybe come up with a plan to go get rid of them? Why wash them out then? Hell, he could have left them in the bag in the room and went on down to the store and bought another bag. He could have ordered one on up. Get me another one. Oh yeah, we've watched numerous times, a couple of times we've reviewed the interviews here that he did with Maureen, the retired FBI agent. We like her. She's awesome. We have looked at her comments and evaluations of the situation. We agree with her a lot. We do like her. So she runs a security firm there in LA. Security to the stars. I would hire her in a heartbeat if I was out there and wealthy. I'd be like, ma'am, I saw you on Brian Enton and I need your services. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming in. I'm going to let you go. Let's see. It's almost noon here for me. I'm thinking 2 or 3 o'clock. I got to take a moment and get a couple of things done here. I'm not going anywhere, but I just got to get a few things done. Dolphin, I'll get up with you in a few minutes. If y'all want to come back in a little while, we're going to unpack some more on the Tip A case that we can find, and we'll see if we got the press conference at that point. If y'all haven't reviewed it yet, come back here to review it. And if you do get to see it before we come back, y'all come back in and weigh in on the conversation. Y'all know we love that. A public defender is being assigned. Oh, damn, Gritty. He went from, oh, wow, 10 to 0. Jesus. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see who's going to hold the press conference. Is it going to be prosecutors in LA, or is it Alan Jackson? Is he going to have a comment? All right. Let's meet back up here in a little while. I'll get the show out in just a few minutes so you guys can get your notifications back on if you want to come join back up. And in the meantime, I'll get the information. Thank you, Gritty and Butterfly, for dropping me information as it's coming in. Y'all know I super appreciate it. All right, well, we'll get the deets and we'll get back here and meet up on these streets here in just a little while. Let me get this thing out of my way here so I can do my thing. All right, guys, I'll see you back here in just a little while. Until then, y'all be safe.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from Little Yas to